Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. My name is Ignácio. I have only one job today, and it is to scare you a lot. So we've been talking about AI, virtual reality, metaverse. I have only one objective, and it is to try to give you an idea of what's happening today in the industries using these AI technologies, what I think is going to happen in the future. But in the end of the talk, my idea is so that your brain starts thinking how you can live differently from today moving forward. So I'm going to start by talking about the three types of AI. I'm not going to be very technical for now. If anyone wants to be technical after the talk, we can go into the deeps. So first, we're going to start talking about narrow AI. The narrow AI is the ones that we have today. If you have your Siri, if you have your Google Assistant, your Tesla car, if you have your Alexa, that's what we have today, right? So we can grab our cell phone and say, Alexa, please turn on the lights. The AI will have voice detection, language interpretation, and it's going to do an action. At that point, it's not very smart. And that's what we have today. The second one is general AI. And this is what is starting to scare some of us. If you have seen Ex Machina, that's where you find the first example of general AI. And we have the big players in the world today, the Facebooks, the Googles, OpenAI. All of them are trying to reach this next step. They have this kind of technology internally in their houses. This is not yet open to the public. But to give you an example of what can happen is that the AI will know what reasoning means. And they can reason anything that we can ask to them. So I'm going to give you an example. We can ask the AI, please tell me a joke. It tells a joke, and then we can ask, why is this joke funny? So the AI can deconstruct everything about that question and explain us why the joke is funny. But the evolution is when we ask the AI, can you tell me a new joke, something that has never been invented before? And that's when this starts to become scary, is when the ChatGPTs, as we talked earlier today, is when it starts creating something that's better, to not say much, much better than we specialists can ever create. And then is the end of the world, which is called super intelligence AI, is when the AI is so smart that surpasses everything that we know today. If you know a little bit about the evolution of technology, we started with computers. They started with 4 megs of RAM, 8 megas of RAM. Then we went to 4 gigs of RAM, 16. So the evolution of computers, is like cheating. They just put more and more money into the computer. They make them bigger with more technology, and then eventually they're going to have the capacity of doing, if not billions, trillions, quadrillions of computational calculations in a single second, and that's when we have no choice. So the question is, when is this going to happen? How is this going to affect us? What can we do today to prepare ourselves? And the previous talk was perfect in a sense that either we fight it, a lot of governmental agencies are trying to fight this, or other people like me, they're trying to embrace it, enjoy it while we can, because we only have one ride. You better just leverage that, enjoy it, take it with you, and do your best. So I'm going to give you a few examples of the applications of AI, and let's start with agriculture. So again, this is what's happening today. So we have already seen drones that can spread, fertilizer, through the sky. Then the evolution of those drones is with automation that I already spoke today, where the drone can pick, will start from the charging station, go up, fertilize everything, go back, and land on the charging station. So on that example, we can see that we have 24 hours of work. The drone can detect the weather. They can know what, crops are good, bad, and they can do a much better job than we will ever could do. So on this example, we have a new type of robot. So this robot now has vision. So if you've been following AI, you can see that vision is being added to every single piece of device. And with vision, they can detect what we call the weeds. This type of plants that we don't want in our crop. So in the image in the middle, you can see that it's trying to detect all of the weeds, and with pointing lasers, they can just and kill off the weeds in seconds. So at this point, we have a robot that is self-drives. It needs to be smart to know when to go to the farm. With vision, they can detect rocks, changes in the farm. They can adapt and take another route. They can now have automatic, visual detection of anything that we can possibly imagine. They work 24/7. They never get tired. They don't have to go on sick leave, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We have seen probably other robots. They can pick up, fruit and do all of that. So agriculture is being one of the industries that's being much affected. The other example that was previously also presented is health tech. So in the realm of health tech, in my opinion, what I've been following, it's Neuralink is going to, do something that is unimaginable. So if you don't know, just to give you a small example, the chip on the top right is what, for us, it's a smartphone device today. They started with a few lines below it. Now they have, I think, almost 2,000. And it's a chip that is put on the brain, here in the skull. They put those lines through the brain, and it can detect, I think, brain activity, brain waves. And from there, using AI, they can detect what's going to happen. So imagine now 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, instead of having 1,000 lines, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000. So what they're trying to do is to, prevent blindness or cure blindness, Alzheimer's, dementia, and all of that. Today, we cannot think on a world where those diseases do not exist. It's unimaginable. Everyone here probably has a family member that, or a friend that, went through this. But can you imagine in a world where this kind of diseases do not exist? I can't yet, but we're going to get there. The other example is logistics. So as we are going to a more globalized world, logistics, which we probably have seen this kind of robots on Amazon, some videos, but the future is a little more out there. So with the digital twin, the factories of the future, first they're going to exist in a computer. So they imagine a computer, they're designing a computer. Then they will put on the computer 10,000 of these robots. The robots will learn how to operate the factory in the computer. They will learn how to optimize everything in that factory. And then 1 month after that, they will upload that brain from the computer into the robot, and the robot will start working from day one. Again, unstoppable, 24/7, auto-recharging, self-driving, vision included, no vacation, no sick leave, no nothing. So if you search for AI in logistics, again, an entire world of technologies and new ideas will pop up. What I'm trying to pass here is with the invention of the digital twin, which is a copy of reality, we can test, learn, optimize everything in the digital world without putting anyone on jeopardy, do it much, much faster, in seconds, and then upload it just for a computer, and that's it. The job is done. The other one is, vehicles. This is what the first version of Tesla looked like. Today, it's much more advanced. But what I want to show you here is, imagine that I want to go on a date. I want to rent a Ferrari. I go to an Uber, self-driving car, a Ferrari comes in, I pop up, I look good, go to my date, come back, and nothing happens. So the automobile industry, from what we are understanding, it's going to look like nobody's going to own a car, so it's going to look like a little bit Minority Report, but that's what's going to happen. Nobody needs a car. We just needed a way to transport for a few seconds, a few minutes in our commute days to achieve what we want. And there is entertainment, which with the headsets and with computer vision, we can create something like this. Imagine if you could, for a moment, go into Cristiano Ronaldo's eyes and actually see it, what he's seeing on that specific moment. This example combines, I think, 24 cameras on top of the football stadium, and then they combine peta and petabytes of data just to create one single moment. In the future, this could be in real time. I want to see Cristiano Ronaldo, Michael Jordan, or whatever in that specific moment and relive it in real life. And then we have other industries. And I brought here some examples of barmans, shopping centers. Instead of me going to the shopping center, I order Zara from Celia, from the outlet. And Zara comes to me, I taste it, I can try the clothes, and then the car goes on their way. Here we have sensors on clothes. We have Amazon Go, which you can go to the supermarket, grab stuff, go on your way, and it will be automatically deducted from your credit card. And on the top left, we have AI on design, development, etc. So, and that brings us to today, which is generative AI, which is the new trend that's happening in all of the service-based industries. And let's start with the top two and my beautiful dog there. So ChatGPT, so OpenAI launched the first GPT last year, I think around March. In November, they opened ChatGPT to the world, and today we have a different world. So the velocity of how AI is entering our life is just getting faster, crazy, and we cannot, pick up all of the tricks and the trades. The chart that was shown with hundreds of tools for marketeers, now it's going to escalate a lot more. So ChatGPT is going to launch GPT-5 probably end of year, and that's going to combine audio, video, graphics, custom data, APIs, everything you can imagine is going to be on GPT-5. Midjourney launched yesterday 5.2. Now, if you use Midjourney, remember you have only one image. Now you can zoom out and complete the image that you always wanted. So give it a try. It's going to change, again, marketing one more time. And then what I've built in January was a way to combine all of the AIs into one, so we can automate everything that we want to do. For example, if I want to build a blog post, I just create a template that goes to ChatGPT, that goes to Midjourney. I just put my topics, wait 30 seconds, and I have everything done for myself. And I can reuse the template every single day. Imagine this for nutritionists. It can export all the template of health, diets, etc. So we are working with a few companies in the world already. And it's free. You can try it. You can play with it. And yeah, I didn't came to promote it. I just want to show you how I'm trying to leverage all of the tools to augment my day. And here we have other base companies. On the top left, we have image editing. So we are now generating. But imagine you going on a photo of your parents of a few years ago, and you can extend it, you can tweak it, and move the position, fix whatever photo of your wedding. You couldn't do that before. On the top left, we have the future probably of e-commerce. Ideally, you will have your own photo of you in different positions uploaded to Amazon, and you can go to any single cloth that is inside Amazon, and it will try to fit in your body. And respecting your measures, respecting your muscles, and how you look like. On the bottom left, we have 3D just from one image. Again, another example of grab any photo that you have, and the game industry is changing very rapidly. And on the bottom right, we have video editing or video composition in the creative realm that is generated in real time. So all of this takes now seconds, and anyone can do. So this puts every single service company on jeopardy. So we have personal teachers, financial advisors, digital marketing, data analysts, business advisors, software developers. All of them are going to be affected on one way or another. Your job is just to find a tool, augment your work in that way. Find another tool, augment your work in another way. Ideally, you don't have to be scary, but looks like they're here to stay, and it's going to be difficult, to fight against them. So the question is, what's the future going to look like? So when Apple launched, so before going to Apple, so Tesla is trying to do the actual physical digital twin, where each one of us could have a robot that represents us. They started with robotics, automation, AI. They're now grabbing everything they have on the AI of the Tesla car. They're trying to put it in these robots. In the future, they may have scent. They already have tactile sensors. So the future looks like we will depend on any type of sensor that exists in the robots. If you invent a new sensor, night vision, thermic sensors, these robots will depend exclusively on sensoring, and from that we can do AI, and from that we can do automation, and live our lives. So what's the what's the future looks like for us? So an example was done before me, and on the left side we have the new episode number 3 of the last season of Minority Report, the one that just came out. If you can see episode 3, you will see what's going to happen on the left side. I don't want to spoil that to you, but it's important that you see it. What I want to talk about is Apple's Vision, the new Vision Pro that came out. So a lot of people like me make fun of them. As soon as they came out, they look like a scuba diver. We make fun of them. But if you think that you can be at your home, you put the glasses, and then you embody a robot in the factory, and you can control the robot, lift more weight than you can ever lift, never get tired, and you can manipulate your digital twin, but from home, you will never die, you will never get injury, and all of that. This is the start of that revolution. So Apple Vision is just the software that's gonna change everything. And that's why they are trying to launch as soon as possible. Everyone would agree that this is not their best product. It's bulky, it's big, has a cable, it's not Apple's best product, but they need for the industry to make the operation system the one that's going to control everything. They managed to do that with Apple Car, they managed to do that with the watch, they managed to do that with the iPad, they changed the Mac, and now they're going, the iPhone, and now they're going to change what we call the metaverse, but for me it's more than that. This is the future of computing, and this is the start of this revolution. So I have 1 minute. Again, try to embrace this, if you can not buy it because it's going to be very expensive, but if you can go to Apple eventually and try it yourself, be in top of the wave, try to predict what's going to happen. All of the machines of the world are going to be controlled remotely. All of the planes in the war are going to be controlled remotely. All of the submarines are going to be controlled remotely. It doesn't make sense to put our lives in jeopardy when we can do everything remotely. So I think Apple, it's going to nail it. If anyone's going to nail it, it's going to be Apple. Let's put it that way. But yeah, so I'm on the fence if I need to buy one. Maybe not Vision Pro. When Vision comes out, the one that's more for the public, probably that one should be. If you want to be on top of the wave, change the world, my suggestion is start to invest on this. So that's all. I have 1 minute, but I think that's enough. Thank you very much.